On October 1st, 10 Borges students in video production had the opportunity to spend the day at KMOV4 news station. Once arriving and after being checked in by security, we were greeted by Paige Holsey, an anchor on KMOV4 and former graduate of St. Francis Borgia Regional High School. We entered into an office cubicle area with tons of TVs monitoring other channels. This guy is in charge of taking calls from police stations and officers he has made connections with, receiving reports of anything newsworthy happening. There were people in charge of social media platforms keeping viewers up to date on breaking news, editors putting together footage for latest stories, and so on. In that same area, we saw one of the producers, Michael Ritter, another former graduate of St. Francis Borgia Regional High School. We then were taken to the meeting room where everyone works on story ideas, following a checklist of specific things needed for each story to be produced. After that, we checked out a couple of places that included one of the studio sets. This set was for more fun segments shown on weekends. At this point, it was about to be the 12 o'clock show. We all were able to watch it from the control room where the producers were. Once they cut to commercial, we went into a separate studio where the on-air talent was, along with Michael. We watched the rest of the show in the studio behind the cameras. After the show, we got to stay and talk to them and try working on the sets. The anchor for the noon show was Claire Kellett, and the weatherman was Kent Edart. We also got to finally talk to Michael Ritter. Thus, our tour came to an end after saying our goodbyes and thanking everyone for allowing us to come. Once again, we would like to thank KMOV4 for allowing us to experience this.
What I found the most interesting about the KMOV trip was just learning about the process on how they pick their stories and how they always stay aware about what's going on. Thank you guys for letting us come.
I liked the breaking news. Thank you so much for your time.
What I thought was cool about KMOV was how the control room and how the people, like the director and the people who took all the shots, were in a completely different room than where the sets actually were, and they just went off by time and by talking. I thought that was really cool.
I like to see how the whole process of the director being in an opposite room from the talent on air, how it actually worked.
What I liked about KMOV was all the nice people that were there.
What I found most interesting was how little people there were in the actual studio. I believe I counted, three people, so I believe the host, and then Kent, of course, the weather dude. So you guys definitely rocked that with only 2 people in the studio, so definitely good job. Made it very professional.
My favorite thing about KMOV was absolutely everything. It was so cool to be in a real news studio as an actual newscast happened, and just to get to see it all kind of happen, So thank you very much for allowing us to be there.
There were different sets spread out all across the studio. Is it the studio?
Yeah, it's a studio.
Yes, the studio. And there were different floors with different people that had different jobs.
I really enjoyed going into the control room and looking at all of the different computers. Thank you.
Everything I learned there was awesome, from the people to the entire tour. Once again, we'd like to say thank you. Reporting for Nightline, I'm Lucy McKinnis.